We're coming out of eclipse season and starting November 2024 with a bang. November is an accelerated period of personal transformation with the potential for long-term effects. Stay with me until the end to find out why. Hi, and welcome back to J. Kerner for Astrology. For those of you who are returning viewers, thank you so much for remembering to like, comment, and subscribe. We are still creeping our way to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. So I thank you for your help in that journey. Today, we'll be taking a closer look at the astrological energies, themes, and archetypal energies for the Scorpio New Moon. We'll explore Scorpio's two planetary rulers, its traditional planetary ruler Mars, weakened or experiencing weakened expression, feeling a lot of passive aggression, and Pluto in its final days, 29 degrees Capricorn. Even more impactful, the Scorpio New Moon's planetary rulers will be facing off for a major Clash of the Titans battle, immediately following the Scorpio New Moon exacting in the days after. For those of you who don't already know me, hi, I'm Jenny. I'm a Libra sun with a Libra stellium who was born when the Sun, Venus, and Mercury were all aligned in the constellation of Libra while it was rising on my ascendant. Other dominant energy patterns that are visible in my personality include Leo and Capricorn stelliums. Just days leading into the United States presidential election on Tuesday, November 4th, 2024. November 1st features this explosive Scorpio New Moon featuring a Clash of the Titans opposition between Scorpio's two planetary rulers, Mars and Pluto. This building opposition began back in late October, and the autumnal equinox season from September 10th to October 25th has been preparing us for it to exact November 2nd and November 3rd. Mars opposite Pluto is major Clash of the Titans energy, with two deliverers of karma facing off against each other. Even more potent, the opposition will exact while both are 29 degrees, the critical energetic degree of their respective signs. That 29th critical energetic degree carries all the destructive energy of Pluto, giving us a triple dose of Scorpio. When Mars and Pluto face off, individual power clashes against authority. Mars is all about our inner authority, autonomy, and independence. And in Cancer, it's fallen or experiencing weakened expression. Whenever Mars is in Cancer, our passion, drive, and motivation falls prey to our ever-fluctuating moods and emotions. Mars transiting Cancer can also indicate that the focus of our energy will be on the needs of our home, family, and our needs for both emotional and physical security. Mars in Cancer is far less direct and much more passive-aggressive, so look out for hidden resentments and betrayals coming bubbling to the surface via passive aggression. Whenever Mars transits Cancer, especially with the upcoming Mars retrograde beginning in December, it brings the focus onto national security and nationalism, border security. Pluto is all about power, and Pluto in its final days, 29 degrees Capricorn, in our lifetimes, is bringing individual power clashes against authority. And because there's a cardinal T-square involved, squaring off against Juno, 29 degrees Libra, this will bring us to a crisis point within our long-term commitments, romantic and otherwise, as these imbalanced power dynamics play out. So far since 2008, when Pluto first dipped its toes into Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn has destroyed our trust in vertical systems of organization, governance, and authority. It has been exposing abuses and misuses of power, and the pitfalls of greed, instant gratification, and materialism have been shown to us. Welcome to the age of overindulgence. The Scorpio New Moon in 2024 exacts on November 1st, 2024, 8:46 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:47 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for my California and West Coast viewers, and 12:47 p.m. lunchtime in the UK. With any new moon in fixed water sign Scorpio, it indicates that collectively, we're setting new goals and intentions for deep personal transformation, wherever 9 degrees Scorpio falls within our personal natal charts. As a reminder, these are general predictive astrology forecast videos. For a more detailed, personalized reading or prediction, feel free to navigate to the description box below and reach out to me by email for pricing. For example, I am a 12 degrees Libra rising, which means that 9 degrees Scorpio falls within my first house of self and persona. Perhaps this is the video that goes viral and gets me public recognition as a professional astrologer. As with any new moon, we have an alignment between the sun and the moon in the same part of the sky or universe, with the moon representing the public or who we are on an emotional, private level, and the sun representing who we were meant to be, our soul's purpose and path. the spotlight or lifeblood of our collective energy. When these two planetary bodies align, it's the perfect energy for setting goals and intentions. This 2024 Scorpio New Moon features an alignment between the Sun and the Moon, 9 degrees 34 arc minutes of Scorpio, which fall within the first decan of Scorpio, emphasizing integrity. The first 10 degrees of Scorpio, covering the territory from 0 to 9 degrees Scorpio, are represented by the constellation Serpents, the serpent, symbolizing innate power and occult knowledge. This is intensified when we consider that the Scorpio New Moon coincides with both Halloween and Diwali. This is the time of the year when the veil is said to be incredibly thin, and things that were formerly hidden or deeply repressed come back out. Scorpio rules secrets, our subconscious psyches, shared resources, and anything that's hidden underneath the surface, the cobwebs in the far back corners of our closets, where we thought we had hidden the skeletons. Scorpio is an incredibly emotional sign to begin with, and the moon is debilitated or weakened in Scorpio, where it can often succumb to intensity or the emotional intensity of a mother or close loved one. If you have your natal moon in Scorpio, like one of my brothers, the other has his moon in very dramatic Leo. Emotions may be running high, and therefore people may be projecting these emotions. So watch for getting triggered by others, especially their words and their actions. There's a notable absence of Earth energy among the inner planets under the Scorpio New Moon. So this means you'll have to go out of your way to practice mindfulness and grounding to stay grounded. Scorpio is all about death of ego or old ways of being and old ways of self, and it's about rebirth as we evolve into higher vibrational frequencies and our full potential as we tap into these higher timelines. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. It's known for being emotionally stubborn or prone to holding on to grudges, and even at its very worst, enacting vindictive revenge plots. Think P. Diddy blowing up Kid Cudi's car, vindictive. Scorpio is ruled by the Scorpion. And remember that the Scorpion has claws and an incredibly reactive, poisonous stinger. The Scorpion symbolizes Scorpio energy before it has evolved, before it has learned to transmute pain into personal power, when the Scorpion is prone to being emotionally reactive, stinging people with its stinger, and holding on to emotions, much like Cancer, the energy that comes before it, the water sign that comes before it, clinging with its claws. With Scorpio, it tends to be more negative emotions, especially betrayal and past resentments that it clings onto in the form of grudges. Once Scorpio is able to transmute that pain into power, they can then level up. The next level for the Scorpio after the Scorpion is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Once Scorpio has reached the level of the Phoenix rising from the ashes, now we have fire. The Phoenix is reborn. It no longer says, why me? It says, try me. Well, now you have Sagittarius. The next level after that is the Eagle. And that's when both Scorpio and Sagittarius reach that stoic level of detachment necessary once we reach Capricorn and Aquarius to take itself out of the picture and look down with that eagle eye, third eye, objective view. When the moon's in Scorpio, especially with a new moon on the heels of eclipse season, just coming out of eclipse season, the energy is incredibly intense, tenacious, and alluring. Once transmuted, Scorpio has the potential to be deeply magnetizing. The intentions we're setting under the Scorpio new moon involve Scorpio themes. Uncovering secrets, more things coming to light, abuses of power, criminal and sexual misbehavior, secret feelings and mystery, anything taboo or occult, flare-ups to our eliminatory or reproductive systems, overcoming fear and insecurity, forgiving others who have wronged us in the past, and realigning with passion and purpose. Happening on a Friday, Venus Day, this implies that we should follow the energy trail and look into freedom and adventure-loving Venus in Sagittarius. 9 degrees, where this new moon exacts, 9 degrees in degree astrology, is a Sagittarius degree, involving themes of expansion and growth, foreign affairs, international travel, borders, publishing, education at the university level or education taken to mastery, and religion. Venus is currently in Sagittarius, and soon Mercury will be too. This is especially potent when we consider that Mercury is approaching its final and fourth retrograde of the year through Jupiter's home sign of mutable fire, Sagittarius. This is while we have Jupiter retrograding through Gemini, putting Mercury in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Gemini into what's called mutual reception for a very explosive Sagittarius season. Mercury retrograde through Sagittarius officially begins on November 25th, 2025, when Mercury reaches 22 degrees 40 minutes Sagittarius. Mercury retrograde will end when Mercury stations direct 6 degrees 23 minutes Sagittarius on December 15th, 2024. However, we'll start to feel Mercury retrograde as early as November 7th, 2024, when Mercury enters its pre-retrograde shadow, 6 degrees 23 arc minutes of Sagittarius. And the effects of this Mercury retrograde through freedom-loving Sagittarius will last all the way until January 2nd, 2025, when Mercury exits the post-retrograde shadow, finally returning to where it all began, 22 degrees 40 minutes Sagittarius. Mercury retrograde through fire sign Sagittarius will bring up themes of freedom of thought, freedom of speech, self-expression, and freedom of movement. Mercury picks up where we left off January 1st, 2024, the beginning of this year, where it ended a retrograde between two signs from the early degrees of Capricorn, ending 22 degrees Sagittarius, January 1st, 2024. When Mercury changes signs, it's a change of heart or direction. So as our values have been transforming behind the scenes, we can really affect this change coming into the new year. This new moon will complete 6 months from now under the corresponding full moon in Scorpio. The full moon in Scorpio exacts on May 12th, 2025, 22 degrees, 12 minutes Scorpio. There's that 22nd degree again. It's the KILL or B KILLED degree. What's happening in November 2024 that'll complete in May 2025 is in some way bringing us back to November 2021. This is because this new moon on November 1st, 2024 exacts 9 degrees Scorpio, which is within a 3-degree orb of the Scorpio New Moon of November 2021, 12 degrees Scorpio, bringing a return to those energies. That November 2021 Scorpio New Moon featured 6 planets in fixed signs, creating an incredibly intense time and very strong Scorpio energy at the time the South Node was transiting Scorpio, highlighting some karmic Scorpio themes along the financial axis of Scorpio versus Taurus. The Sabian Symbolism for 9 degrees 34 arc minutes of Scorpio rounds to 10 degrees Scorpio. If you're reading along with me at home, we're reading the Sabian Symbols, A Screen of Prophecy by Diana E. Roche. Turn to page 253. A Fellowship Supper. Keyword: fraternity. Theme: mutual support. And I wrote a little note in the margins here. This aligns with themes for Pluto in Aquarius, November 19th, 2024 to 2044. Theme: mutual support. This symbol speaks to friendship and to a coming together of individuals in mutual support and appreciation. The image of a fellowship dinner dramatizes the ancient ritual of communion, or the tradition of breaking bread together, that symbolizes unity and oneness and a common bond or purpose. The emphasis here is on a sense of community and companionship at the most basic social level. Positive at its highest, the symbol represents a dedication of personal skills and talents to the achievement of a group objective. On the negative, clan consciousness, think like cult mentality, or a refusal to act independently, and a failure to rise above the most primitive levels of functioning. Today, the accent is on intimate gatherings with close friends. Activities center around reinforcing bonds with those who share mutual hopes and dreams. Opportunity. Your greatest advantage lies in nurturing and renewing relationships with those who mean the most to you. Risk. Guard against becoming too group dependent or constantly seeking the approval of others before you do anything. Avoid nurturing mediocrity by insisting that everyone conform to a common group standard. Encourage independent thinking. Stepping stones. Community, human services, brotherhood, fraternity, camaraderie, companionship, friendship, association, togetherness, mutual support, communion, and a common bond. I discussed many of the aspects already during the body of the video. The water trine between the Scorpio New Moon and Saturn in Pisces is grounding and stabilizing, and it has the potential for long-term lasting effects. We also have a grand water trine between Mercury 28 degrees Scorpio, Neptune 27 degrees Pisces, and Mars 29 degrees Cancer. This is incredibly powerful, intuitive, psychic energy, if you can tap into it. Immediately following the opposition between Mars and Pluto, 29 degrees of their signs, Mars moves on to 0 degrees Leo, November 3rd. This indicates that more karma is coming to corrupt leaders and corrupt celebrities, anyone whose energy influences others. We also have a trine between Pluto and Capricorn and Uranus and Taurus that'll carry on, exacting 5 times between 2025 and 2028. It's deeply creative and out of the box. 2026 and 2028, at least the astrology, what it's looking like so far, will be similar to the peace and love movement and serves as a flashback to the 1960s. I don't always have time to cover all the minute details, but I'd also like to mention that Varuna, exact to the degree, and that's important for asteroids, squares this new moon as part of a fixed T-square to Jericho, wife of Chiron in mythology. She heals others by holding sacred space, allowing them to heal themselves. And if you're anything like me, having loved people who needed fixing, people who perhaps didn't understand that love was inherently unconditional, having to leave people that we care about behind and hold space for them, well, then this new moon will really resonate for you, because that is the healing power of a Scorpio. Sit there with you, process your emotions with you, help you see and accept the shadow side, even help you carry that baggage and unpack it. But ultimately, we can't do the healing work for you. We have to leave you behind so that you can empower yourself to save yourself. This is linked to a deeply meditative state acquired by yoga belly breathing and other forms of breath work, which can help shake frazzled energy. And it allows us to tap into greater stillness and oneness. She also punishes those who do not honor sacred soul contracts. So those who have failed to take accountability or failed to act with integrity may be coming under some karma at this time. And last but not least, water and flooding will continue to be a theme, and it will even intensify in 2025 thanks to the North Node ingressing into Pisces, where it joins Saturn and Neptune. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still with me, you're a real one. Drop your top 3 used emojis in the comments. And if you'd like to share what's in your natal chart, let's start the conversation in the comments section below. I'd love to know what's your big 3, your big 6, what placements you have in Scorpio, what house in your natal chart is ruled by Scorpio, and anything that might have resonated for you in this video. Thank you for watching. If you're still with me, you're a real one. Drop your current most used emoji in the comments. If you took anything away from this video, we ask that you like, comment, share the content, and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, we know that you'll enjoy the full playlist and this additional video. Thank you so much. Love you, and see you soon.